Peace, what's up, y'all? This is Queen Sarita. I'm here to do a reading for you. I'm going to be doing a pick a card reading for you today. And this pick a card reading is about what you need to know right now to have greater peace and joy in your life with all that's going on. I am going to be using 2 decks. One of those decks is my trusty Crow deck. And like I said, my name is Queen Sarita from naturallyhighlife.com. Get in contact with me if you'd like to get a tarot reading from me. And that's the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. I'm going to be using both these decks, the Crow deck and the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. So, Crow deck has already been shuffled and laid down. We've got 5 different options for you to choose from. Peace, what's up, y'all? This is Queen Sarita coming at you with another important tarot reading. This tarot reading is a free, intuitive, general reading, and the messages may or may not resonate with you. However, I felt it was very important for me to get on here and to share what Spirit is coming to me and sharing with me. Okay, so in this reading, we've got 5 different options. So there's 5 piles of tarot cards. Everything's been shuffled, and I've got everything like right here on my lap. My tarot cards are here, and I'm using 2 decks. I'm using this one. This is like my 2nd time doing this, 3rd time. So I'm just making sure I cover everything. And that's the other deck I'm going to be using today, Psychic Tarot for the Heart. So the Crow deck and the Psychic Tarot for the Heart are going to be used today. Queen Sarita, and I'm just going to get my fan because, this is a juicy reading. And I promise I won't take too long because they have this cutoff time that we have to be back in the house today because of something with the beginning or the end of the month. I don't know what it is, but I think it has to do with the rioting and stuff like that. So if you chose any of these options, and I'm going to help you choose now. I want you to choose from 1 to 5. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Sit up straight. Yep, sit up straight. Breathe. And think about a number. What comes up for you? It may be 2 numbers. So you'll need to listen to this video in 2 different places. So Spirit is saying it could be 1, 2, or 3, or you may want to listen to all the messages. Listen to your inner wisdom. You'll be guided. And as you get that number that pops up in your head, or you may hear it in your ear, what number that your spirit guides, your ancestors, your angels are trying to tell you something or convey a message to you, I welcome you to tune in to pile 1. Pile 1, I've got a pile for you which consists of 5 cards. So I can already see that your message has to do with change in a huge way. Change that unexpected change that is prompting you to say, wait a minute, I gotta hold on to my hat here, hold on to my bra here, because things are moving way too fast. And I do feel like this isn't a complete surprise to you. Option 1, pick 1. If you chose that, then you all are very intuitive. You're very much so in alignment with things that are happening right now for you. Although a lot of you do feel quite blocked, you feel like life has gotten the best of you, and that is not fair. Your High Priestess card comes up here sharing with you that you know more than sometimes you let off or let on, and that you forget often that you are the master of your own experience, and that what you hold in your own vibration is what you'll be receiving back. Now, there are some of you who are just you're not radiating the right frequency at a lot of times, out a lot of times. And the reason for this has to do with this card. You've got to learn how to be more in your flow and to be more flexible and to allow this new change which is coming through for you. And honestly feel like a big part of this for you all is obstructions in the form of love, self-love, and somewhere in there you keep attracting an element of this nature, which is always trying to go on to the next thing, which is always trying to achieve, which is always trying to know it, and to be a beginner, a starter, a student is a wonderful place to be. To be at the beginning is a wonderful place to be. And Spirit wants me to remind you that to be more joyful and peaceful at this time is about remembering that you have this. Behind the scenes, there's so much going on for you that everybody is not able to see. And it's a huge growth process for you, and you're having to stay very disciplined during this time. But Spirit is saying the way to really experience the peace and joy that you want to more is you've just got to be in full acceptance of the way that you've put your life together. And know that you're at this crossroads. There's a lot of shadowy stuff going on behind the scenes that everybody's not able to see, lots of details that still haven't been ironed out or resolved. But to somebody in this situation, and I see like 4, it has become clear that this is not the way that you want to do things. And somebody's ready to untie themselves from someone who thinks they are the master of somebody else. So it's time to release that blockage on your heart energy. And I'd say, looking at this, the chakra energy, working with that, clearing that heart energy up, being more balanced, more whole and just being who you are more is going to really unlock yourself from things, people, places, and stuff that you have no intentions of holding on to. Thus further, your present moment is very much so transforming right before your very eyes. And I feel like Spirit is saying you have you've been discovering so much truth that is a bit heart-wrenching, heartbreaking. And that is why you may feel sad, depressed, in a state of despair because of all these changes. And you're having to hold on and say, wait up. I didn't ask for all this today. But something in you is asking for more. Some of you want to believe and succeed. You want to move forward. You want to get out of that rut. But you're still trying to appease people who don't really know what's up. You may be the one that knows more than they know and senses what's real and what's not. And you may have done a better job of making that known to the universe than some of the other people around you. Or it could be the other way around. You may be trying to hold on to something out of fear and not let it go. And this is not the time to do that. The High Priestess card is like, let go. You know what time it is. Your wisdom shines bright. You're never alone. There's nothing to be fearful about losing. And also your intuition is really, really, really pointing the way for you currently. And there's no need for you to doubt it anymore. If you're still doubting it, and Spirit is saying, shame on you. Because you already know better. You already know better, and now it's time to act like you know better. And you're going to notice your whole environment currently in terms of your career, that mighty career that you still want to do. Well, you just have to think about doing it a little differently now. Maybe not the same way that you were wanting to do it before. Now, looks like it's going to be easier for you to get this thing off the ground than before. And that's even better. So, yeah, that's group 1. Now, who do I have here? Somebody that's missing a card. I'm going to put another card down for you. Group 2. What you want to do? Group 2. This is your pile. What's yours about? Let's take a look. Okay. Opening up to the truth. Moving beyond the illusion and embracing your spiritual journey more, your creativity, your inspiration. tapping into the unseen force at hand and using that to light your way and to know that something more is possible. And you've sat and contemplated this time to yourself has done so much. For some of you all, it has brought up all kinds of questions even more. Now you don't know who you can talk to about all these things that you're discovering, but divine insight is coming to you. Spread your wings, Spirit says, and then seek. Also, seeking the truth. As a major student in this lifetime, you all are right now. And Spirit is also saying to open up. Open up to somebody who knows a little bit more than you do, who's a little bit wiser, who can help you to see through this companionship situation. These people from the past which are trying to come back into your life currently, who claim that they have a lot more to offer you in your present moment. However, you've got this card. Okay, so this Two of Wands says to hurry up and communicate to the universe that which you want. Hurry up and make it be known the type of people, companionships, partnerships that you want currently, because people are trying to come up and fit the bill and trying to fill into spaces where some of them, they may not even be equipped to do or work with you on. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to try to do it anyway. People are coming and they're trying to compete. They're trying to come together on your behalf to help you bring more foundation into your life. And I feel like this person, one of these people that's coming around, there's a lot of passion and intent, positive intent with this person. And it's very intense connection. It's very, very intense. But I feel like you're taking a different stance now in your life where you're wanting to be more careful, be more calculating in, connecting with this person, because they have such lofty ideas, so many things to say, so much charisma. And you're wanting to make sure that you don't waste your time moving forward on your own journey and get caught up in somebody else who's saying, I'm this and I'm that. And there may be somebody who's trying to have you, affirm who they are on a regular basis, but that's their job to do for them. And your job is to do it for you. Spirit is saying to keep focusing on yourself. And those who need to be there, it's a small group. It looks like, it doesn't look like it's a big group of people that you're kicking it with, that you have this small intimate community that you're wanting to connect with. And those people, they're going to be at the other end. This is a new energy which is available to you. And it's not the people from the past who are going to make a big difference for you now. It's the people that are coming into your life presently and moving into the future. And Spirit is saying that you can run, but you can't hide from those people, because look, it looks like you're doing a wonderful job of telling the universe, hey, I feel lonely. I don't want to be alone. I'm, wanting to discover more about myself. And you're attracting wiser people that are on a higher so-called level intellectually with knowledge than you are. And this is saying to remember, no matter what, the infinite wisdom of all that is already within you. All you need to do is sit and be with it. So people may be coming up saying, hey, I got this, I got the magic this, I got the magic book, I've found that. But everything is already within you. You can sit with your inner being. Your spirit guides are there telling you also, open up. Everything that you've been asking for is right here in this bubble. You're not far away from it. You're not disillusioned for wanting to believe in something more. In this situation, dealing with a sibling, Spirit says, a sibling, brother and sister situation, it's saying, do not worry about that. That's the astrology. That's the cosmos doing their thing. That things are going to change and shift with that. And don't be fooled by the illusion of what you see with that, okay? Keep on focusing on something better. It is happening right now. Even though it may not seem like it, leave the drama in the past. It doesn't have to follow you forward. It doesn't have to go and follow you forward. Okay, so for you, number 3, pile 3. Oh boy, I'm going to be using the crystal ball for you. The rose quartz crystal ball for you. So I see there's disillusionment. The element of heartbreak, heart wrenching, hurting, and mystery with somebody who you've been very close to, people who you have grown very accustomed to and close to, but there still seems to be such a big distance between you, and you can't seem to figure out why this is happening. And it looks like you're awaiting results until you get the absolute truth, because right now it looks like you are standing next to this element of choice, decision, and it's like, my past has molded me to be how I am today. These are some of the ideas I'm picking up in the reading. But oh my, some of these things that have happened, from my past and things like that, they're still with me. They still hurt. They still don't feel good. And how do I resolve them? So for you, I feel like there's unresolved things in your aura that are blocking you from exercising the way you need to, from eating the way you need to, from thinking, more balanced and living more balanced and that like you want to. And I say that because, oh my God, you've got 2 cards that are indicative of balance that I didn't even look at. You've got fine balance, and then you've also got balance here. But if that's not enough for you, you've also got this card here which shows somebody who is trying to, let me tell you what it is. It's a Cup card. Self-reflection on your feelings, on what to take forward right now in your life that is not going to be too heavy, wanting to stay light, wanting to be lighter than ever. I see you all wanting to really get into nature so deeply that you are just out there with, the basic essentials. I say go and do that. This is about grounding yourself. This is about being more present. Everything is better when you come to the table with more awareness. Everything is better when you go off to yourself and you reflect and figure out what it is that you want, what you need to do. You're doing the right thing. You're already doing that. But a lot of you, it feels like a freaking nightmare that just won't stop. All of the negative thinking, all the, back and forth about, do I do this or do I not? And Spirit is saying, yes, you do this. Yes, you look at your family as the cornerstone of your life, because this is something you're extremely passionate about. And I don't feel like you all are, your heart is broken to the point where you're like, oh my God, I'm never going to get over this. I feel like you've gone through the worst part of it already. There's an angel message that is like coming through, like, your heart is healing already. Stop looking back at the past and hoping, that things are working out, because they are. They are already working out, and you're already working on healing this heart energy and transforming yourself so that way your head and heart are more in alignment with each other. Your subconscious mind versus your conscious mind, they're more in alignment, so you can tap into this balanced love for the world, not just for one person. You who got this pile, number 3, are someone, you all are people that have big hearts. And I feel like a lot of you all would move off to be completely with the community, because all you want to do is help the world to get better and to be better. You have so much energy right now to do it with. So all you have to do is find balance. And that can take place by you, doing to-do lists. If you're so, some of you all are so intuitive, you don't really want to, cut out all the different things that you have to choose from. But Spirit is saying the danger in that is you won't know which way to go. And you won't be able to hear Spirit as well, because you've got yourself, just divided in so many different ways, seemingly. So make your mind up. Make your mind up, wind it up. There's no more need to await results from somebody either. Because it looks like you're having to strike out in a way on your own, even though you are with some other people. You're kind of having to plan your own thing. This is the way to do it. Go ahead and start it off and If things work out, they do. If they don't, you've got a game plan, okay? So that's what Spirit says about that. You can look to things being more concrete, solidified, more fortified for you once you find a way to make a little bit of balance for yourself. That means, a little bit of scheduling, a little bit of being some awareness, and looking at your opportunities. Number 3, what are your opportunities? Stop acting like you don't have opportunities when they are all up in the place, okay? Just make a note of them and prioritize. Prioritizing is going to make a big difference for you. All right, so 4. I got to give y'all some of that. And what I do feel like too is I'm going to use the crystal ball for you, number 4 also. Number 4, I got to get out of here. But yeah, you all right now, you are looking for something to shake up your reality. You already know that you are done with a difficult time in your life. You're done with the most challenging part of it. And I feel like some of you all have just gone through the dark night of the soul, where you experience life through meditation, through contemplation, through being silent. You experience the presence of the divine within you and in others. And then you start to have an identity shift. And a lot of people haven't really talked about how to deal with something like this. It's a massive thing. It is a massive thing that ends up with a lot of people being hermits, going off to themselves, discovering more about that, more about the fact that they are in more knowing and knowledge than they ever knew, and that they are connected to this infinite source of wisdom within them. And yeah, the death card is here. You see that? Death and rebirth. Death and rebirth. So this can be a very painful experience for the ego, for the person, for somebody going through something like this, because there's nobody that really talks to you about what the dark night of the soul is. And when you hear the word dark, people a lot of times may lose their wit just because they're thinking dark means something bad. Dark is not a bad thing. The universe, when you look up in the heavens, it's seemingly dark. Dark is the duality, the opposite of the light. It is another aspect of all of our beings, though. And Spirit is saying for you that you're working out this equilibrium for yourself, getting more into the material world, learning how to make the things that you've been imagining and envisioning for years, 10 years, Spirit says, come to fruition. And that some of you all are you seem to be having a lot of trouble with this, because you realize that you were very spiritual people before, and you still are now. And there's a part of you that knows that people have a shadow side. They have some certain parts of themselves that's not that integrated as it could be. And so you've been kind of keeping away from people in a way, trying to protect yourself. Spirit says utilize this dedicated effort of constantly projecting the image out to the world that it is that you want to see around you. Okay? It also begins with this. Just breathing and accepting what is in a way. Not the completely destructive thing, not just accepting that, but being more accepting of the flow of life. Just breathing, not taking all of it so seriously. And then the other thing is, you all coming out of this hermit period of time, it's time for you to get your vitality kicked up. And I'm not a doctor, but I can see it in these cards. The solar plexus has to do with willpower, your self-confidence, your self-determination, your empowerment, the ability and the energy to keep going. And it is calling for you to either work with the color yellow, or another way you can work with that energy is there's a sound you can do, which is like a root sound. It's like a 3-letter sound. And you can work with that in order to open up this solar plexus chakra. And the other thing about the solar plexus chakra is that you feel a bit more joyful when you're tapping into this energy. In fact, it's on the way to the heart energy. So balance out this. This is a part also of the earlier stages of life energy. And cyclically, over and over again, you may find that you get into these moments where you're like, you know what, I don't have enough energy to keep going. Oh my God, there's so many options. What do I do? 5 different directions. Like, which one do you go into, right? Well, your solar plexus is going to help you to be more grounded in the moment and to be able to make a decision confidently, knowing that you are still on your journey, no matter which one of these directions you're choosing. The direction to choose, though, I will say, it definitely has to do with a new path with the death card. Not indicative of a real death, no, but starting out with a clean slate. A lot of you are. And it's saying to just breathe. And to just breathe, because the things that you've been asking for are lining up anyway. Okay? The other thing for you all is your spiritual path is one of the most important things for you, and you are not going to let anything get in the way of that. And so some people they're timed out, they're out the door. And this is because even though you may be wanting them to stay, you may be wanting them to be around, and to work with you, seek silently, there may be a part of you that's like, you know what, I know I can do better than this. Spirit, help me to go into the direction where I'm going to see a more balanced mirror of what I want in my reality and of myself. And this is a big thing too for you all, because the material and the physical sides of life, they're coming more into harmony. Spirit is saying to still keep your workings to yourself. Don't tell everybody what you're doing, because you all are such a compassionate group here, group 4. Very compassionate, warm-hearted, and, not to be taken advantage of. Keep your workings to yourself. And you have this energy of the star over you, group 4. So I know you're filled with inspiration. You're gung-ho. However, there's a part of you that gets ready. You get ready to go out there and really present yourself. You get ready to show the world what you're made of. You get ready and you have this new opportunity of work and things that you can do to make money, I see. But then your internet goes out. But then you have a blockage of getting somewhere, or you have a blockage of getting the stuff recorded, or you don't have the memory, or you don't make excuses. Make a way, because there's a way that you can do it. Make it happen. If you got to do something short, a short video, you got to transfer some of your stuff to Google Drive, or but there's free services to help you out with having the right memory, the right time. And your opportunities are calling for you. They really are. Group 5. For you, I feel like you have this divine energy in you that's saying, you know what, I'm ready for more now. I've been kind of beginning for a long time. When am I going to get into the meat, the potatoes, into the real what? The real crux. When am I going to get right into the middle of what it is that I want here? And stop moving towards people who need all this goddamn healing, because I see you all you're just not having the time for it. Let me use this ball a little bit more here. Dimming your light for others. With the control card. When you know already how powerful you are, when you know already that everything is connected, when you know already that you are a part of the source of all that's created this planet, then how can you break off a piece of yourself and think that you're not a part of this universe? How can you take in words that come from other people that have you thinking that you're not the one, you're not it, you aren't the shit? Because you are. There's a lot of you who have been around more people than you care to mention. However, there's this energy of feeling alone, who feels like, I have been taken advantage of. Somebody has basically kind of stabbed me in the back. Somebody got the best of me. Somebody wasn't forthright and forthcoming with their words. And they didn't tell me what their plans were. Now somebody feels alone by this. I have words for you though. You know, this may feel like it's the end of the line. And for a lot of you, you want it to be the end of the line. You want it to be the end of the line because you are ready to take time off to yourself, do what you need to do. Enough of these people who always have some say-so about what you need to do about your life. Enough of these people who are constantly trying to poke at you and tell you that you're not doing all that you need to do. I see that you have a new business. I see that you have entrepreneurship like right there. And people have been pushed away. For a lot of you all, a lot of people have been pushed away out of your life because you have a bigger message to focus on. You have a bigger, this doorway of the Ace of Swords here, you know you're destined for greatness. You have something to give that has to do with communication. You have something to give that has to do with empowering others. You have something to give that means empowering others, but it really means empowering yourself. Many of you have the element of worry so deeply implanted because of somebody that raised you or somebody that was around you. But this is something that you can get away from. It's time to rest and reconsider. It's time to reconsider what is got to end now. You know, what has got to end. And I feel like your inner reserves are calling. Your inner reserves you've tapped into your inner reserves. That's what Spirit's saying. And because some of you just don't want to have to go this journey alone, you've dealt with some people who have been a bit unscrupulous, who have been trying to pull you away from your family, you know, trying to keep you chained in a way with junk food or sweets or alcohol. It could be anything. It could be drugs or something. And I don't call weed drugs, but anything that is impeding you moving forward, thinking for yourself, being assertive, then consider something different. The Rest and Reconsider card. What you're doing, you know, what you've been doing for the last 3 months especially, Spirit is saying, well, we know from looking at this that it had to do with the heavy influence from somebody else, and that now you're ready to speak your own truth, ready to think your own thoughts, ready to embrace this new level of knowledge that you know you have. And it doesn't matter how so-called shy and timid you are and quiet and to yourself. That's the way you were created to be. If you feel like you're all right, if you feel like you want to be more, you know, social and all that kind of stuff, well, there are ways to do it on and offline. But the first thing is, Spirit is saying to take control over your life. And even though you've got all these blockages around that are kind of blocking the way of you getting in this travel that you all have imagined doing forever, travel. You know, I see family growing, somebody being definitely a pregnant message here. And that's the desire for wanting to expand in family also. But there being some challenges that you can break through. If you are having some challenges and having a child, these are things you can break through controlling your thoughts, focusing on what you want to see and projecting that into the world. Yet again, I'm going to say it. The Ace of Swords card, you can use that card to write down what you want, to repeat prayers and affirmations and aphorisms and positive words and positive mindsets, things that are decrees to the principles in the life that you want to see well and boosted around you. I feel like some of you all listening to this message already too have huge lessons in mastering money. And you would do well to get out and teach other people what it is that you know. With all the notes and all the different insights that have come to you, share that stuff with other people in the very easiest way that you know how to do it. I see you being a media mogul, also somebody who's out here maybe doing videos, maybe somebody who is out here tapping in to the channeling message of Spirit and of the Creator. And me, I need to take a cup of water. Sips of my cup of water. So yeah, feeling things opening up for you all more. Your heart energy being able to be utilized that much more in the most positive way. And some of you all I see getting land. I see you getting land with, a few other people and having a contract in place also. Definitely enlist the help of a professional for those of you who are looking for land and opportunities and housing and all this type of stuff. Make sure that you look at the details, the fine print. Make sure that you connect with people who are really looking to do something like this for real, and they're not just talking, because sometimes people are talking and they're in autopilot, and then they change their mind once they're back in their relaxed space and they're not out in the world consciously dealing with other people. Then sometimes they go back on their word. So just be mindful of that. This may be a time when people mention things that they're not necessarily ready for, but I feel like that time is coming to an end for you, and you are reaping what you have sowed. Even though this doesn't look like a positive card, it actually is, because the ending has already happened and already taken place. The other thing Spirit is telling me to tell you is that you all can use some things that are positively reinforcing for your mindset. So you'll quit going back and forth self-sabotaging yourself financially, and then having somebody come behind you to check what you maybe have missed. But start checking yourself a little bit more earlier, and you'll be glad by your results with that, because it's like I see loss and bankruptcy and some other stuff on the brink for you all. But on the other side, you still have a very good plan and a very positive mindset about money. But sometimes when you're off to yourself, you may find yourself still not believing in the work that you've already put forth and the energy you've already invested. And this group right here, I feel the energy of very creative people, artists, stuff like that. Especially this deck. And I see you all getting the right environment to be able to put out your magical work, Spirit says, whatever it is. And just make sure you set aside the resources for a backup plan, so you don't have to rely on other people as much as you were in the past. All right, y'all. So yeah, this new mindset for you. Number 5, new mindset for you with this Ace of Swords. It's working so well for you, and I see you managing. Some of you are going to be managing like 10 people. You have the type of operation that requires a group, and a very dedicated group at that. So the hard work that you've put forth the past few years, the 9 years or whatever, this is paying off. Talk to your angels, connect with them. There is a balance needed between the spiritual and physical world for you all, and some of you all are struggling with that, and you know goddamn well you asked to be more connected spiritually, mentally, with that awareness. And this is a choice. You can go through your life and not even speak to Spirit or acknowledge anything like that. It doesn't need validation, and you already know that. So, and stop putting all of your what's the word, your accolades into other people, and give gratitude for yourself and for how far you've come already. Okay? All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and go. The birds are tweeting, and I've got to get out of here. But I definitely appreciate you so much. Whew. And just know that wherever you are, that you can do this. You can do this. And I do have one more message for you all. For groups 1 through 5, your message inspirationally at the end that I'm being guided to share with you from this deck right here. Power thought cards. Okay, I'm only going to share 5 of them because I got to go. All right, so group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, and group 5. Yay, I'm so glad that this is coming together. All right, y'all. So for your group, for your messages for the group, this is for group 1. You can screenshot this message also. For some reason, it's not tuning in. Here we go. All right. This message is, I claim my own power and lovingly create my own reality. Let's say it 3 times. Breathe in. I claim my own power and lovingly create my own reality. And it wants to be blurry for some strange reason. 2. For group 2, this is your inspirational message here. Life supports me. Breathe in. And say it 3 times. Life supports me. Life supports me. Life supports me. Group 3. I'm flexible and flowing. Group 3. I'm flexible and flowing. Breathe in. I'm flexible and flowing. Group 4. It's safe to look within. Group 4. It's safe to look within. All right, number 5. I love my body. I love my body. All of you all breathe in with me in case I missed you. I didn't have you breathe in and out with me. Breathe in and let it out and relax. I love my body. That's for group 5. So yeah, y'all, I love you too. And I've got one collective message for everyone that watched this. That's coming from Tarot. I open to new doors. I open new doors to life is what it actually says. I open new doors to life. I open new doors to life. All right, y'all. So yeah, just see it. Just imagine. That's all you got to do. And a way will be made out of no way. That's a famous quote that I love hearing and saying. A way will be made out of no way. So with that being said, let's assimilate the messages in this reading. Check out my online course, The Intuitive Tarot. The link is below. My name's Queen Sarita. Check out my website, naturallyhighlight.com. Got a lot of resources on there to share with you, and there's free online classes and a lot of tarot messages, a lot of tarot readings on this channel, but then there's also a lot of tarot lessons, spiritual messages also. What more do you all want me to do a reading on? Let me know. The next one I'm going to be doing has to do with the angels, and we're going to be talking about relationships and self-love specifically. Okay, I'm going to put these away. So yeah, check out that online course, and I hope you all are taking care of yourselves and being good to yourselves. I really hope so, and everything is working out, and it'll be okay. If you would like a reading with me also, please check with me and get a reading. Leave a message below, leave a voicemail on my website, leave a voicemail on my number. Voicemail on my number, 202-670-7374. Wanting to make myself more accessible to you all. And for any readings, you do have to prepay, but it'll be worth it. Trust me. I'm connected. We connected. We connected, y'all. So yeah, if you like this and you want to hear more, you want me to do some lives, let your sister know. Anything about this reading that resonated, drop it below, let me know. Or, reach out. All right, y'all. Peace, and I'll talk to you soon.